Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy afternoon, y'all. It is only 5 o'clock, okay? And because I am off work today, and because I have to go live tonight at 9 p.m. for the DD of it all, I wanted to get a couple of topics out the way early, okay? So that way tonight I don't have to be on live longer than usual, okay? Because the Diddy stuff, because we're going to read Cassie's testimony from today tonight on my live, and that's going to be about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So this live should only be about an hour as well. I really want to go off on Nene and them, Tamar and whatnot, because I watched Tamar's interview with Nene, and I ain't like it. They got on my nerves, okay? But y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, take a second and subscribe to my channel, okay? Make sure to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Do not forget to also like the video, okay? Share the video and comment in the comment section, because this is a conversation between all of us and whatnot. I did put up a different Halle and DDG video yesterday. Go watch that. We were live last night for the DD of it all for day 2 in courts. Go watch that. We were live on Monday. We have the housewife stuff. We're live on Sunday. So again, there's all kinds of content up. So do not be feeling like, oh, I don't know what to watch. All of it. Okay, just push play and listen to it, and put it on in your background or whatever, and hear what I have to say. Okay, but today this is about Tamar and Nene, Halle Bailey, Halle Bailey and DDG. Okay, and then the Tory Lanez of it all, and him trying to play us for some food, but we not fools, not today, not ever. Okay, now I'm here. Hey. How y'all doing, child? My hair is all over the place and whatever. Look, happy hump day, happy Wednesday to everybody around here except Tamar. Okay, we wishing everybody a happy day except Tamar Braxton. Okay, we don't like her today. She gets on our nerves today and stuff. Okay, thank y'all to those who are watching live, and thank y'all to those who end up watching the replay. Okay, because look, I am usually at work. I'm not usually on live right now. So again, thank y'all to those who are here right now, and thank y'all to those who end up watching later on for the replay of it all and stuff. Okay, and so yeah, look, child, y'all have to. Tamar is the reason I did a live, because I was like, girl, who are you talking to? What's going on here? Why you body shaming, girl? Okay, let's read you for some food. And that's why, because y'all know, Michelle called that lady. This girl's hot, y'all. This is my air conditioner on. Y'all know that Michelle called Tamar a Muppet, years ago, and it hurt her feelings. So I made sure to put up the Muppet, because Tamar wanna, body shame and look shame, and she wants to call other people's names. So since Tamar wants, y'all know my rule. I do not like, or I don't, not even I am not a person, a YouTuber, a content creator who, insults people's looks. Now I will discuss surgery they've had. Okay, if you've had surgery, you had something altered, I have that conversation. But I am not a person who likes to body shame, look shame. That ain't what I do. However, Tamar opened the door, so I'm gonna walk through it. Okay, and since she made a decision to want to speak on somebody else's looks, I said, okay, Janice, here we are. Okay, and y'all know I think Tamar is a very talented singer. She can act when she's on a TV show. I think the last TV show I saw her on was Kingdom. The Kingdom was called Kingdom, right? Or Kingdom something on BT Plus, which was supposed to get another season, but I ain't seen it. But you know what I'm saying, Tamar just always is in some stuff, and I don't know why. Okay, but we're not gonna start with Tamar. We're gonna end with Tamar. Okay, so let me share my screen and whatnot, and y'all do not forget. I will be live tonight. Boom. I will be live tonight at 9 p.m. ish. Okay, well, it'll be 9 p.m. 9 p.m. because we're going to go over Cassie's testimony today in court. I'm going to read over the things so I can be sure that I am, I have the accurate information. But yeah, they did show, the video today of the altercation at that hotel and whatnot. So all of that will be live tonight at 9 p.m. for Diddy Trial Day 3. Cassie is still speaking, okay? But today we're going to do these people right here. And I like doing a little two-a-day lives, okay? I can get used to this, not really because I got a job. So I'll be at work. Anyway, let me add this, okay? Let me add that, okay? And then let's get around here. So let's start with Tory Lanez, okay? Because one, they said somebody stabbed Tory. Okay, they said that Tory got stabbed 14 times. It was what? It was 7 in the back. It was like 7 in the back, maybe 2 in the back of the head, like I think 4 to his torso, and I think 1 to the face. And they're like, oh yeah, he's in the hospital. He had 2 collapsed lungs, but he's talking in regular blah 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 blah. Now I told y'all once, because look, I don't celebrate people, I don't want nobody to die. So I said I don't know if that man dead or not. So when I first commented on it, I was being responsible and was not trying to be messy and petty yet. Okay, because I never want to speak ill of anybody who's dead and whatnot. And so I was like, we're gonna, whatever. But I did have some questions, okay? Because I said, how you got stabbed, your lungs collapsed? What you talking? Like regular? So part of me always felt like, I don't know how true it is because it's all coming from Tory's side. I need to see the x-rays, the MRI, the CT scan, the puncture wounds, because I want to be sure it's not a lie. Let me see his face. If he was cut on his face, can I see it? Where is it? Okay, because y'all was, oh, Meg, she got approved. Let's see her feet. Let's see his face. Okay, let's see his face. Let's see his back. Anyway, They have now told us who did the stabbing. Okay, Santino Casio, 42, the inmate accused. Okay, he has not been charged with, he ain't been convicted of, but he's accused of doing a stabbing of Tory Lanez that's already serving life for second-degree murder and first-degree attempted murder. Okay, so I said, first of all, when you have somebody in now, one thing I will say, and I think is a plausible regular thing that people should think about. I feel like if you had people who is supposed to be doing life in the prisons, maybe they shouldn't be around people who don't have life. Only because if I have life and I don't care because I'm never getting out of here, maybe I don't want. Maybe I should not be around people who don't get out. Okay, I think people who have life should be housed with people who have 20 years or more. Because little Tory man was sentenced to 10 years. I think it was 10 years. So I mean, I don't know if it's because that means he gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he was accused of shooting somebody. So maybe they don't house people based on how long they have. They're probably housed based on what they're in prison for. I don't know. My point is, I do think it's different if you have people who have life, so they have nothing to lose, and if they are around people who have an out date. Okay, so and that's not in defense of Tory. That's in defense of other people who may be in there for like 5 years, 6 years. I don't want to be next to the lifers because they may kill me. Okay. Anyway, it says Casio was also sentenced to additional time in 2008 and 2018 for violent offenses while incarcerated, meaning he be in prison going off, wreaking havoc on people. Okay, so on May 12th, Lanez was allegedly stabbed 14 times and suffered a collapsed lung. Again, 7 to the back, 4 to torso, to the back of the head, and then 1 to the left side of his face. Per his team. That's not per the county, the courts, or the prison. That's per his team. For all we know, he got stabbed 14 times in his leg. Okay, so a lot of folks saying it didn't really happen. Maybe I think look, I fully do believe he was stabbed. Okay, I do believe that. However, I don't know how much I believe the severity of the stabbation. I don't know if I now believe the whole, he had 2 collapsed lungs, but he's okay. That's not even how lung collapsion work. And is collapsion a word? I made it one. Lungs collapsing don't even work that way. If your lung collapse, your body has to heal before you can be like regular. That your lung don't just collapse. I'm okay. Your lung need time to fix itself. So a part of that seems a little bit, I'm saying, put 20 on 10. They want some sympathy and they ain't gonna get it from me. So that happened on the 12th, a couple days ago, 2 days ago. So then today, earlier today, it was a whole thing put up like, Tory Lanez's team has, some new evidence. And I'm like, when I tell you I don't care, and to me it's just weird that he got stabbed on Monday, and then on Tuesday or Wednesday, you want us to believe it's all this new information. It all seemed like a scheme and a scam that Todd set up to bring us the bullshit. Okay, that's what it seemed like to me. Okay, now that's my opinion, not no fact. I'm not accusing anyone. All I'm saying is when someone says, I got stabbed and almost died on Monday, and on Wednesday, we have new evidence in the case.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's weird.
Because the timing don't sit right with me. Not today, not ever. So, per the people, Tory people, okay, it's the United by the People, his legal counsel people, or whatever. Let's listen to, because it was when I tried to go look at and pull up the news conference, it was like 50. It was almost an hour. I'm like, an hour. I'm not listening for no hour. Yeah, y'all know I love having my own receipt, but I said I refuse to give that man 49 minutes of my time. Not today.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times.
So, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. This happened back in, was it either 2019, 2020? I can't remember, because all of this is around COVID time. Okay, it's been a long 5 years. So you mean to tell me that Tory, leprechaun, little man, prisoner, felon, stabby victim, Lanez, who was at the shooting, okay, was fully aware that Kelsey shot Meg. And once he was arrested for, charged with, and found guilty of the causation, you want to tell me he never thought to say, but Kelsey did it. It wasn't me, Your Honor. It was Kelsey. Let me tell you something. There is never a day on God's green earth where I'm with somebody and they did something. I mean, I was there, but they did something and I'm put on trial for it, and I'm not going. My defense would be, Your Honor, Kelsey did it. Megan didn't realize it because her back was turned. Kelsey did it. Okay? I'm not saying Tory Lanez is innocent, guilty, or whatever. All I'm saying is, once I am put in a situation to where I am accused of powering somebody and I am fully aware that it wasn't me, it was so-and-so, that ain't snitching. I'm not going to jail for something you did. And not only that, right after the shooting happened, it's the conversation on the phone call from prison with a jail that he had with Kelsey when he was like, I would have never. It was him apologizing. If Kelsey did it, even if I'm sorry for arguing with her, I would say, girl, why the fuck did you do that? Why did he never say on the phone, why did you do that? Even if, let's say, Kelsey pulled the trigger 3 times and Tory did it twice, I don't know. All I know is, if I know I did not do it, why would I never not testify at my own trial? Why would my defense not be, it wasn't me, it was Kelsey? Period. And if this bodyguard is now giving hearsay and saying I overheard her tell somebody else she did pop, and he and it hit the ground and the ground did pop. Why did none of that come up before now? Because even if Kelsey is denying whatever, Tory knew. Why was the defense should have always been Kelsey shot the gun, Tory wrestled the gun from her, and when it hit the ground, it went off 5 times because the whole time they kept on saying Meg's back was turned, so she could have really not seen who did it. What she could have saw was him with the gun in his hand after the fact. So you want me to believe that a year or two, because how long he been locked up? Let's Google. Tory Lanez prison. Because I feel like when he gets all is coming up as his stabman. I can't remember when he shot his hair. Tory Lanez sentenced. Let me see. August of 2023, he was sentenced to 10 years in jail. So you want me to believe that almost 2 years, almost 2 years after you were found guilty, not only that, 2 years after you were sentenced, because he was first found guilty, he was sentenced later on. So you want us to believe that almost two, because it's now May, it's almost August. You want us to believe that almost 2 years after you have been sentenced, you now want to say, not that Tory said Kelsey did it. You want us to believe that Kelsey's bodyguard said Kelsey did it.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a judge 4 times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns.
But didn't you just say that he got the hold on?
Gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others.
Again, he said the bodyguard was her during the trial. So still 2 years ago, because during the trial, y'all, 2 years ago.
Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times.
I don't believe him.
With the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete.
So you want us to believe that he's known for all the time that he didn't do it, that Kelsey did it, he never said it wasn't me?
It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. More time.
Sir, I don't like your bald head. Okay, I don't like it.
More times.
It was a long child. See, I really should have went myself and put the whole thing. It was a bit of a longer conversation or whatever. They brought up how Meg's attorney had reached out, because once they said they had more information, I think they said Meg's attorney reached out and said, what information? What do y'all have? I don't trust it. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because no one sits and no one. This is not like it's not like they went and robbed the bank, got away with the money. Only Tory got caught, so he didn't snitch on Kelsey. No, y'all were all riding somewhere, and she did something. It ain't snitching. So why would girl? So I don't believe it. I don't. Because the main thing is that prison phone call right after the shooting is him being remorseful. Period. It's him because he knew what he did. I would have never did that. He never said to her, why did you do that? She never said to him, why you got the gun out my head? Like there was no conversation between him between Kelsey and Tory that would implicate that Kelsey did something and he did nothing. And for them to say the bodyguard was not under an NDA, he was able to speak freely. So why did he wait 2 years to say something? We live. we live right now, y'all. Okay, we live right now. And we're gonna be live tonight at 9 p.m. for the Diddy stuff. Okay. But we live right now for this stuff right here. Okay. I know because I know I'm usually never alive this early today. I'm off work today. But yeah, it's like even if the bodyguard was told that back in in 2023, and if they came forth, if the bodyguard came forth then and said, hey, I heard Kelsey saying shit, it wasn't Tory, it was Kelsey, I would have at least said, well, Tory kept saying that he didn't do it, but why not say Kelsey did it? Why would you wait 2 years to tell the people, and it happens to be right after little boy Tory Lanez gets sticks in prison? That just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, those things don't add up to me, and I almost don't care. I almost don't care. Because for what would we do with this information now? Why did the bodyguard who heard this information 2 years ago not say something 2 years ago? Why did Tory Lanez never say it wasn't me, Your Honor, it was Kelsey? Why did Tory Lanez keep antagonizing Meg on social media if he knew that Kelsey did it? If Kelsey did something and you're being blamed for it, and she's not saying it was her, or she's not trying to, help you out, why would you not be going at Kelsey about it? Who goes after Meg about it? What sense does any of that make? So we don't care, okay? Now, I saw a post where they was saying, well, one, Chris, go sit your ass down somewhere, okay? Because after the whole, press conference, again, the press conference was 49 minutes. I refuse to sit through the whole thing for 49 minutes, okay? But Chris being posted free Tory. I said, Chris, the fuck? Chris, the fuck? Why the fuck would you do that? Okay? Ain't no free, nope, don't free him. Leave him around there. Leave him around there. Right. It's child. Cardi, where you at, Cardi?
That's suspicious.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's weird.
Okay.
Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat phase-on liar.
A whole fat phase-on liar.
Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I ask you. Is it a coincidence?
Hell no. Lay up here lying. Deceiving. Like we stupid. And we not. And Chris, child, I don't try to defend Chris. All I ever said is that Chris did some dumb shit when he was younger. And so whatever. But I'm not a Chris Brown supporter, so don't get me wrong. I'm not a Chris Brown supporter, but I have said, you know what I'm saying? Look, he did dumb shit when he was younger, whatever. Hopefully he's learned a lesson. But Chris, you can't be around here saying free Tory. Because to me, when folks say free Tory, that's saying Meg. Okay? And I don't like it. Not at all. Okay? When these men be around here supporting the bull stuff of these other men, I be like,
Nigga.
You just barely made it out the hot frying pan yourself, Chris. Okay, Chris on the phone like,
he's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
that ain't no good man, Savannah. That ain't what it is, Chris. Sit down, Chris. Sit this one out. Chris, go dance somewhere. Okay, go dance somewhere. Go flip your dick somewhere. Go be quiet somewhere else. Okay, there are many people you can stand behind. Tory should not be one of them. Little bitch. Okay, I'm like, well, also, child, there's a petition. I had a petition. There's a petition. I may not have said the petition. There is a petition. Look at that man page. Child. Tory Lanez. Child, there is a free that little leprechaun man. There's a free the leprechaun man petition on change.org. Do they show the signatures? Can I see who signed it? Child, all these people. Nigga sent video. Hold on.
Hi, my name is Tabidi Thomas, and I remember Tory when I was like 17 years old. Me and my brother always used to support him when he used to give us his CDs when he was trying to make it as an artist.
What?
So the reason why I care about everything that's going on with Tory Lanez is one, because Tory Lanez is my favorite artist.
What?
I can't adequately express how much this case affected me.
What? Are y'all serious?
This is very quick and fast. There's no reason Tory should still be in prison.
Are they all in prison?
Yo, free Tory, man.
You saying free? Where your shirt at, bro? You can't say free no man with no.
Free Tory, man.
All these men sitting around here with no shirt on, saying free that man. What is going on here? What in the gay porn?
I just knew Tory didn't do it. Free my man's Tory, man.
Ma'am, get off the floor.
Free my man.
Why you in a minivan? I cannot believe. I don't know who the 47,776 people is who signed this petition, but I hope all of y'all dick falls off because they mostly men. Okay, y'all look like men in prison, women who just stupidity. You hear me? Okay, who the fuck? I said who? How we get here? Okay, how did we get here? Where is y'all common senses at? Is none of y'all smart? Are y'all all stupid? I think they all stupid. I think they're all dumb. So when they tell you, oh, Tory has all these supporters, those are his supporters. Naked men in the house sweating with no shirt on, saying free Tory. You can't put a shirt on. You can't put a shirt on. And y'all know I love being naked around the house, okay? I get it. You at home, you don't want no clothes on, fine. Before you post a video saying free that man, put your shirt on. Put your nipples up. Now I'm upset. Because these fools is making videos free the leprechaun. We want him free the Lucky Charms. You. Okay? You, all y'all. Why would y'all? Who does that? I would not even know.
Shut your mouth. Okay?
Talking about free Tory Lanez. I'm like, who even knew that you can go to change.org and record and upload a video? We team Meg over here. Okay, that's our girl. Okay,
She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
you heard, man? Because why y'all doing that? What is wrong with y'all? Anyway, we don't want that man out. We want him in prison. If he had said during the trial, I didn't do it, it wasn't me. Yes, I fought with that lady, whatever. It was really Kelsey who did it. Because he could have said it, and so could the bodyguard. Because can't nobody tell me Tory was trying to protect Kelsey. For what? For what? For why and for how? And Chris, you won't listen to Chris. Shut the fuck up. Okay, I can't believe you talking about free Tory. Free Tory. Oh, little bitch. Anyway, let's get to the DDG now. Okay, so we had discussed. Well, I did a video on it. So Halle, I hate that I mispronounced her name. Halle had filed to get a restraining order in DDG. She had put a video. Well, she put up a picture of her chipped tooth that she said was chipped when they were tussling, fighting, and he knocked her head to the steering wheel. She showed her bruised arm because he was grabbing her in the tussle of it all. She put up text messages of him that he sent to her where he had took screenshots of social media posts accusing her of dating or being with I think it's Brett Favre or Brett Faze. I don't know, but Brett somebody. And was saying how she's a disgusting and evil person, and she's out here dating somebody else or whatnot. Okay, for her to have that same energy once he gets a kid and stuff like that. So she was granted the PPO against him. Okay, so I feel like what was another one? Okay, yeah, that's her tooth. Okay, I feel like I think she was granted one, and he has to stay, I believe, 100 feet away from her. I believe, per the PBO. However, there was a separate. Where is it? There was also this text that he sent to her. So allegedly, because I don't know, I wasn't there. Okay, he sent her a picture of her bedroom. She wasn't home. Sent her a picture of her bedroom that was empty and said, "Me and Halo is at the front door. Can you answer? If you're not home, just say that." Then sent the picture and said, "I now know what you've been on. Laughed out loud. You can pick Halo up from George. I have to go to work." Now, why you in my house when I'm not there? What you around here for? Okay, 100 yards. Okay, 100 yards from him, from her. He cannot come within 100 yards of her currently. So when when they were first together, I kept saying, "Well, he ain't did nothing." I said, wait until he does something, and when he do, we ride at dawn. Well, guess what? We've been riding at dawn since like late last year. Okay, once they broke up and I saw what he was doing, I said, okay, again, you want some bullshit, bro? I can't give you the benefit. You want some bullshit. So I'm not mad at myself, but I can admit that I was once a person saying, well, in the beginning, they seem happy. We haven't seen him do anything wrong or whatever. But he showed his colors, and here we are riding at dawn. Okay, so she also wants sole legal and physical custody of Halo, and she need to. She wants strict supervised visitations, and she wanted limit for DDG. It says the court battle ground here per documents obtained by In Touch. She has officially filed a motion requesting sole legal and physical custody of her son, Halo Saints, whom she has with DDG. He is 27. Halle is 25. If I mispronounce and I say Haley, please know I'm not trying to mispronounce her name. I hate that I do, but I know her name is Halle Bailey, but it always looked like Haley to me. It's just okay. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it said that she alleged in the paperwork that the YouTuber is a YouTuber and a rapper. So I ain't heard no song, okay? But she said he had exhibited violent behavior in front of their child. Again, she said back in January, it was the whole tussle thing, okay? And it probably happened more than that, but whatever. From the child who was born in 2023, she asked the court to deny him any unsupervised visitations, meaning he can't be alone with our kid right now. I don't trust him. Okay. I do not want him alone with my child at all. She's requesting that any visit be professionally supervised, meaning not just his mama. Okay, not his cousin at all. We need a person who was legally bound by court rules to report any bullshit going on. So she don't want anybody around. She wants it professionally supervised, limited to once a week for no more than 6 hours, and only when both she and Halo are in the LA area. Okay. She also is asking that he be prohibited from taking the baby outside of LA. According to the Star, to her, he has a history of taking or hiding Halo, threatening to do so, and not cooperating with her as a parent. You know what? I think that could be what she meant happened. No, her name is Halle Bailey. So just like Halle Berry, it's the same thing, except it's Halle Berry and Halle Bailey. But when I see her name, I just see Haley. And sometimes I say it wrong and I feel bad. But her name was pronounced Halle Bailey, just like Halle Berry. So I know that, but when I'm talking time, I just subconsciously said it the wrong way and I feel bad. And I just want to, reiterate that. Just say the Little Mermaid. I might. But it's our girl. We love her. But again, he has a history of hiding Halo, threatening to do so, not cooperating with his parent. As I was saying, when he went to Kai Cenat's live stream, I think that was her way of saying he taken places and I have no idea where they're going. So I think that could be what she means by he'll take them somewhere and I don't know where they are. And that's weird for me because I don't trust him. She says if he has to travel with the child, she wants the courts to require him to obtain her written permission beforehand. She also asked that he provide documentation such as travel schedules, round-trip airline tickets, full contact information, and an open airline ticket for her to use in case the child is not returned as agreed. Meaning, I'm not taking any chances if you taking my child somewhere. I can't get my child back. Meaning, I feel like he is a person who would take my child away to hurt me. Just to cause me some kind of anguish, he would take the child somewhere and then I can't get him back, and I don't like it. Okay. I feel like, and I've seen people be like, well, he the daddy, he the father. So once you show any aggressive nature towards the mama, all bets are off. Okay. Once it feels like you're using your social media platform, because he's a YouTuber, a streamer and stuff, once it feels like you're using that to make people feel like, oh, she's a bad mom, she is, she's clingy, she's not letting me be a father, sir, bullshit. Okay, so I applaud her for one, realizing his temper, his antics are not good for our son. So I'm not saying, he can't be around at all. What I am saying is I just want it to be supervised. Okay. Until we get some kind of order around here, I don't have time for the bullshit because sometimes it'll be, oh, well, fuck it, we'll see what happens, and then God forbid the worst happens. You know what I'm saying? And what can I do? You know, I allow him to had a baby and go wherever, and now my baby hurt or whatever. Okay, I feel like you are supposed to want to protect your child as soon as you can, as soon as you realize, okay, he not only trying to hurt me, he could possibly hurt my child. I'm just saying. So kudos to her. We don't know what because we wasn't around there, but again, if the court say yes, because you have this evidence via text messages, via video, because she allegedly also has some video where you can see him like destroying her Ring camera. Because some people feel like, oh, if I destroy a camera, there's no proof. Well, sir, you on camera, destroy the camera. So whatever. So I applaud her for being able to stick up for herself. There was another text thread that I had saw somewhere, but I don't know if I feel like we're gonna get into what he said back. But there was another text thread of her, like I think talking to his mom, but I think I saw it on Twitter, and I did not know if it was real or fake. So I don't want to show it, but it was a text message that it was her asking, hey, I'm back in town on the 5th. Do y'all want to get Halo, now, or do y'all want to wait because I'm going to be on location shooting the film or whatever? Do y'all want to wait to get him till I come back? And the mama then said allegedly, we'll wait. DDG said he'll wait until after, meaning you don't even want to get him when you can. You want to get him when it's convenient to you. And I think that's her point in saying we need some scheduled shit. It can't be when you feel like coming to get him, you come get him, and I have to just abide by your schedule. The point I think her saying we keep having these issues because he doesn't want to be on a set schedule. He wants open access 24/7, and that's just not how it's going to be. You don't have open access to me or him because I'm his mom and he lives with me. It's not about, okay, I'm free on Tuesday, it's Tuesday morning, I'm going to come over. Well, no, I may not be available, period. And that's not only that, that's also how a lot of people operate. It is in life in general. Even people who are not rich, this regular folks, like you can't come today. I'm not even home right now. We are somewhere else. That's the point of having a schedule. That's why most separated people have a schedule. Daddy got them on, let's say Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm saying that's the reason for a schedule. So I think a lot of folks felt since they broke up that he really only wanted to have Halo to be on camera, which is why a part of her request is for him to not film the baby for his social media shit. I feel like if he wants to just say he's spending time with his son, that's cool, but you can tell he's doing it for content. And you're right, she's trying to set a schedule and have boundaries, and he wants to do what he wants to do, and then call her the difficult one. And because folks already feel like, oh, she's a princess. Oh, y'all have to think because she's a princess. And it's like, no, nigga, I want a schedule. I'm an adult. I have a job. I have to go and film shit. And if you don't want to work with me to have a schedule, we're going to keep bumping heads and beefing, okay? So, again, I'm happy she is taking the lead on this, and she's making sure to, one, document what's going on, okay? Now, the mama, and y'all know behind every POS, okay, piece of shit, dude is a punk-ass mama who tries to defend his actions. This is my issue. If what she's saying, if Halle is Yeah. If Halle, if Halle is making up stuff, if she's lying on him, that's one thing. Okay, if he has some kind of proof that what she said did not happen, and the mom was just truly defending her son, I get that. But if you have even 1 ounce of information that what she said happened, mama, shut the fuck up. Okay, okay, because when you defend your son's violent actions, you're defending his violent actions. So the mama posted on her social media, I don't usually comment or say anything on this internet, even with all the negativity, the lies, and hatred towards mine. However, these accusations have made me realize that I have been quiet too long. Again, and she put also, Jesus, take the wheel. No, take your son and give him. Again, if she has, even if the only incident that happened was this one that she spoke about, that still means she ain't lying. If they got into a tussle enough to where her arm got bruised, if they got into a tussle enough where her tooth got chipped, if he did go to her house and say, if any of that is true, mama, shut up. Now, I know in the past she told us, like, she can get rowdy, you know what I'm saying? She ain't this quiet, she ain't this, you know what I'm saying? She said before, like, I'll fuss and whatever. I'll do that. That's cool. However, that does not mean that he did not do what she said he did. Period. Period. And again, if she's such a, because let's just say, oh, if the mama and the boy gonna say, oh, she crazy too, blah 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 blah. Why ain't none of y'all went and tried to get Halo from her? If your son wants time with his son and she's preventing that, why have you? He rich. He just posted about how he made $2.5 million on, I think either I don't know what either TikTok or Twitch or something. He made 2.5 mil in about 3 months. He has enough money to hire every best lawyer. He can go hire. He can go like hire a lawyer in every state. So can't no one convince me that you as his mama and him as the daddy feel like she's bad too. She won't allow him to see the baby, and he has not taken not near step to try to get court ordered visitation. So the mom said, I've been quiet too long because it's not your business. But if you are aware that your son has any inkling that yes, he has went to her house, he has sent crazy texts, he has grabbed her one time while he was pissed off. If you know that did happen, shut up. Period. Period. The only reason the mama should speak up is if what Halle is saying is not true. If they have proof that she's the problem, then say, hey, here's our proof. But however, y'all ain't did that for one. And if Halle was the problem, it's the same way she said, you know what, let me go to court. I've tried my own ways to, fix this. I've tried myself to try to work with him. I've tried on my own to try to have visitation, do the exchange this or whatever, to work on scheduling or whatever, but it's getting worse. So I'm going to go to the court. And now, because y'all know you cannot get, when I had to get a PPO against my ex back when y'all know my ex attacked me with a baseball bat. And when I had to get a PPO against him, you have to provide proof. You can't just go and say someone is harassing me. You have to provide either pictures, video, audio. I had child pictures, the ER report, and all of that. Okay? Back when I was 26 22, either 20, I think it was 22 back then. I can't remember. But again, it's 20 years ago. So I feel like anyone even trying to make it seem as if, oh, well, she just arbitrarily got this. No, you have to provide proof. You absolutely have to provide them proof. So something happened. Period. And he ain't trying to go to court. He ain't did shit besides complain on social media. And if you realize it, she don't be complaining about him on social media. She doesn't. She ain't said much of nothing. The fact that even this, she hasn't said. She went to the police, and that's the only reason we know this stuff happened. Because Halle is not telling us nothing at all. Okay, so let's not make it seem like the way he be on social media talking shit that she's not. She went to the court, to the police report with photos, text, screenshots, and all of that. So when I was seeing people on social media say, well, she didn't have to provide proof, take it from a DV person myself. You do have to provide proof. That is why so many women get abused and the police cannot intervene because they don't have any proof. If someone is around here beating on you, even if you don't go tell today, photograph it, keep proof, because once you feel strong enough to go get help, you need that in order to prove what's been happening. Because when the bad guy was like, bitch, I'm mad because you broke up with me. And I'm pissed. If I can't have you, nobody can. And this fool literally ran up on me with a baseball bat. I said, I think it's crazy. Then told me, well, I don't want to kill you because I would have killed you. For someone to say, I was just trying to hurt you because, you love me and I love you. So I didn't kill you with the baseball bat. I just hurt you. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, like, people, you have to, and I had to go down. My mama took me down to the PBO people station or whatever. Had to go in with the police report, the pictures of my bruises and all that stuff, because you have to show that. And then when y'all know, I talked about it before, when he had a court date for something else, and I knew he had a court date because he was running from the police because it was a warrant, and he didn't get caught. So I called the courts because I knew he had a court date. And I said, hey, so-and-so and so-and-so is coming in today for a case. He has a warrant out for his arrest out of Wayne County. And that's how he got arrested. Like, I told him, I snitched. Because, you know what I'm saying? Go to jail. So again, I just need folk to say, look, if anyone telling y'all, well, no, she didn't provide proof, she did. And even if it only happened that one time, that's all it takes. A person does not have to abuse you more than once for it to be abuse. Okay? Now, unfortunately, it usually does happen because the baseball bat incident for me that was the last time. It wasn't the first. Okay? And thank God I'm here. Boom. Okay? So, and even this over the years, he did apologize. He did get help. He did evolve. Because all this happened, we both were younger than 23. I think how old was I, child? I maybe was 20. I can't remember how old I was. But again, I'm 43 now. This all happened before I turned 24. That I know for a fact. But later in life, when we was in our late 20s, 30s, he fully apologized to me, my mom, my dad. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole thing. So that's also why I'll be like, some people can evolve and can grow from their dumb, childish mistakes if they fully own up to what they did. But I called Wayne County, the bad guy has a court date, okay? But he also has a warrant out for his arrest for a felonious assault. And he went to jail for he only did 3 months in jail. But either way though, he did some time in jail. So again, I just need folk to get it. Fuck him and his mama. Okay. Now the sister had posted this. The devil is working, but God is working harder. You also I get wanting to stand up for and he's from Michigan, he's from Pontiac, but whatever. I get wanting to stand up for your people, but sometimes shut up. Sometimes shut up. Sometimes we don't want to hear it. Okay. Now, when the news of the PPO came out, DDG was on a live stream with Aiden Ross. Now, I'm not a streamer at all. I don't know, streaming people. I've only heard negative things about this Aiden Ross guy. So for me, it's him saying all day, whatever. But this was a conversation.
Like, damn, bro, should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see.
So that's DDG. And he was on the live stream with the Aiden Ross guy, who I've heard is a bad, negative, mean, misogynistic, maybe even racist person or whatever.
Why are they saying GGTMZ? All right, I'm looking at her story now.
So it's all hitting them. They're saying, hey, DDG TMZ leaked the story that she got the PPO.
What? Oh, fuck all that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? Fuck all that.
When anyone say, first of all, whoever white dude is, shut up. Okay, we don't like you, kiss our ass. But even him saying, forget all that. You know what I'm saying? What did y'all talk about last night? And him saying it can't be real. It can't be real. It is and is.
Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations.
And at this moment, because him saying these false allegations, he's not talking to TMZ. He's talking to Halle. And the fact that DDG is even allowing some white boy around here to speak for him and to speak directly to his son's mother showed you how much of a bitch DDG is. Because this is something, if you don't want him to tell DDG to not speak, but then you say something, you can't say shit to my kid, mama. Okay. So the fact that DDG is still standing around there and not saying, Aiden, just shut up.
This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Even, but I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I got.
And he would say, "Hey, we on streaming," meaning don't tell on yourself. Okay, don't say I didn't really hit her. I just joked her. You know what I'm saying? And she forgave me. Okay, when someone say, "Hey, we streaming, we live," don't incriminate yourself. Okay, don't say what you did.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here. Fuck all that. That's feel like, damn, bro. Fuck all that. That's my
you dirty
real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin the stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot.
Oh, we're not gonna do nothing false to ruin the streams. Boom. Because by the time TMZ got it, it was filed. By the time TMZ got it, it was handled. Meaning he knew it was coming out. And y'all do know TMZ reaches out to people to say, hey, y'all want to give a comment? So DDG absolutely knew what she had filed against him. He absolutely knew it would be coming out. So, bullshit.
For a lot of people, he's a man, he's a father, and we're going to respect.
R. Kelly was a father. Diddy's a father. There are many fathers who do horrible things to people. Okay? I don't know. So, and
him, we're going to love him. WDDG, and fuck anyone who got anything to say.
That, to me, is him talking to Halle. Because who else you talking to? Who else you talking to?
Fuck the fake narratives, my nigga. Stop the bullshit.
Fuck all that.
So at the end of the day, nothing that his friends, that his mom, that his sister will be able to say will change most normal folks' mind about what he did. Again, I'm reiterating, even if there was only one incident, even if there was one incident that she let go, that was a physical altercation that happened allegedly in January. If after that she then said, let me keep track, because now he's popping up, he's texting me, he's going on social media saying shit about me, he's trying to get his friends. And also I saw one post that said DDG purposefully, allegedly, now I'm not saying it's fact, I'm just saying what somebody else was saying, they were saying that DDG probably was on extreme with this to make all their followers want to bash her, because the Aiden Roth dude got these incel friends or whatever, and so they made sure to get the women haters on board to hate Halle. Ain't gonna happen. Okay, ain't gonna happen. Even when they were together and people were coming after him, I still like the fact that people have been supporting her. Every time something happened, people have been sending her love and support. She's only 25 years old. Okay, that's a baby. Okay, she's 25 years old, about to have a 2-year-old child. She's in a public situationship now with this fool, plus all his foolish friends. So we need to surround her with grace and love, okay? And if she can't speak out and say him, we can. All day. So I am like, you are not making anything any better, because I think when people look back at what he said online, it does make him look like an idiot. It does make it seem like he is reacting to things that he did, and he's upset that she is now setting up boundaries. And that's all, Then, hold on. He did put out one little post, addressing things. He just put up, I'm chilling, by the way. I have no worries. Streaming later on, no days off. Well, whatever. Again, if she was a bad parent, if she was someone keeping him away from his child, I always say, if a parent is, if you are a responsible parent, and the other person is just, being a bitch or whatever, you should always go to court. People said that before. They said, why are you coming to the internet to complain? Go to court, sir. Keep us out the group chat. I'm not going to court. The reason he did not want to go was probably because of what she has on him. Because if you are there's no father that I know who is not an active, great father in their kid's life. And if the mom is like trying to keep them away, they don't go to court for it. Period. And most men in regular life, the only reason they don't go to court is they can't afford a lawyer. Most people, man or woman, who has issues with the other parent can't go to court because they can't afford a lawyer. They can't afford to fight in court. That boy's a millionaire. Period. He's a millionaire. So, sir, miss me with the bullshit. Okay? Anyway, let's get into the Tamar thing. Well, y'all know, first of all, take 30 good seconds, y'all, and like the video. And we're back. Now, as a reminder, I will be live tonight at 9 o'clock for the Diddy of it all. So this was I'm off work today. This is the early live to discuss the other things. But again, I will be live tonight at 9 p.m. for us to go over the Diddy's day 3 and the testimony of Cassie and stuff. Okay. But I told y'all earlier that I watched the Nene leak show on YouTube, and today she had on Tamar punk ass Braxton. Okay, and while she had on Tamar punk ass Braxton, I was listening to it, and I was recording it on my phone to come to y'all about it later on. And then as I was listening, I heard Tamar fat shaming Loni Love from The Real. Okay. And as a plus size woman myself, okay, let me put the thing. I want to get on camera. Okay. As a plus size Black woman myself, it aggravates my spirit when people try to fat shame folk, especially Tamar. Okay, because Tamar was around here crying. Okay, crying when K. Michelle called her a Muppet. When K. Michelle compared her to Janice the Muppet. And Tamar was on the Real crying. She called me a Muppet. And I said, Vince, do I look like a Muppet and Vince to her? No. And I said, cool. And also, not only that, Tamar, your husband, Vince, was bigger than Loni. Your son is a pleasantly plump young man. So you out here talking cash shit about fat people, that's your baby daddy and your son. Okay? So I don't like it when folk be on the bullshit, okay? So I'm not going to do the whole thing. Okay. It's about how long do I have? I have about 15 minutes. It was an hour interview. I have 15 minutes of her stuff. Now, if y'all want to see the whole thing, go around to Nene's. What I will say is Nene is getting better with her Nene Leak show. Better is relative, though. Better just means it's not horrible anymore, and stuff. But do I feel like Nene is a great interviewer? No, I don't. I don't at all. But whatever. So we're gonna watch and talk, and I'm gonna read that bitch for filth when it comes time. Okay.
A very large family with all of these sisters, and you are the baby of the bunch.
The youngest.
How was it growing up in a house with 5? Is it 5 of you guys?
It's 5.
5.
Nene, you need to know how many siblings is in the Braxtons, okay?
You guys, and you being the baby of everybody.
And then my brother, so 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it?
First of all, The fact that you have painted down edges, the fact that your wig is pushed all the way back behind your ears, okay? You have those adult edges, okay? And you have the nerve to talk about someone's weight. I said Loni lost weight the same way you lost your edges, okay? And y'all know I am not a person who enjoys or who even on any kind of basis, talk about people's looks. But Tamar opened the door. Okay. Muppet Janice, okay, no edges having, Tamar opened the door by calling Loni a big back Cadillac. Okay. So because Tamar opened the door, my fat ass is gonna walk straight through. Okay. And I say that as a fellow plus size woman. I'm tired of people feeling like, hey, if I don't like you, I'm gonna say you fat. Bitch, and so what? Okay. Loni's fat and you're bald. Okay, pop me kettle. Okay. She can lose weight, but clearly your edges don't grow. And again, I am just saying, Tamar opened this door. Okay, Loni Love is a black woman. She's a plus size woman. She's from Detroit. Okay, I have never seen people complain about Loni as a person. So I'm gonna say what Loni won't say. You bald bitch. Okay, I'm coming to Loni's defense. Okay.
It was a lot, I do think. I mean, it was a lot of fun. But I think once I got older, it became a lot because they always looked at me as what you say, the baby, and expect.
Cause you're childish. Cause you are a baby. You are a 50. You're a 48-year-old child. Okay, a pubescent baby bitch. Okay, with baby adult hairs and bald spots because God don't like ugly. And you may be blessed to do it because Tamar is an amazing singer. She's so talented, but she is such an evil, spiteful, just rude, jealous bitch at heart.
Expected me to be a baby forever, not be a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but Tamar, you have a lot to say. I know they didn't expect you to be the name.
Everybody has a lot to say. I think all of my sisters is just like me, very opinionated.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's only one of you. Okay? It's only one of you. Your hairline, girl, it's back there. Okay? That is a female George Jefferson. Okay? Whoever did not tell you, girl, wear a wig. Or Tamar, go bald. Do it to Wanda. Once all this is gone, don't you paint on no edges and then put a weave in back here. Don't do that, bitch. And don't do that while calling somebody fat and black or whatever. Don't do it. Okay, kettle, meat pot.
You know what I mean? And I just think that I am the loudest. Like you say, you can hear me sing. So because I am the loudest, they forget that they're just as opinionated as I am.
So when you come from a family that large with all of these sisters, is there one sister that's your favorite, or does your favorite switch and change?
It switches and changes.
No, it don't. It doesn't. You and Tawanda do not. No, ma'am. You lying. Okay? It's whoever is not mad at you at the time.
But Tony and I have always been like this, though, from birth.
Okay. Yeah. And then sometimes you be like, forget you, Tony, I'm going over here.
Sometimes she be like that, too.
Okay, so y'all just switched the thing up. Okay. That's good.
But you mentioned something, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
So are you exclusive with the person you be dating most of the time?
I would say, bitch, why? Why you care? Where your wife being at? Why you care? Get out my... You not interviewing me? Okay, first of all, girl, Tamar is bald. Loni's fat, I'm fat, but Tamar is bald. Okay? She's bald with bald titties. Cause she got her titties done. Okay. And I don't care. And to me, having a slim body does not make you a good person. Okay. That's why Tamar will forever be miserable. She may book this or that, but in life, Tamar is a miserable person. a lot of rich people and a lot of people who have, big podcasts, big jobs, but in life they're miserable. That's Tamar. She can sing, she can act. You know what I'm saying? She can't dance, but she can move around. Okay, she's a talented individual who has been given, different, hand ups in the music and TV world. However, in her heart, she is a horrible person. That is why she has no friends. I don't know anyone that does not have at least one friend from childhood, or they have not been able to hold on to one friend in adulthood. Tamar is surrounded by gay men who say, "Yes, sir, boss." All of her friends work for her.
Y'all exclusive?
Well, I was exclusive. I don't believe they were.
What do you mean were? Are we done with that?
I don't.
So Tamar, this is a separate thing. Tamar is asking Nene about the Oyani man she's with. Oyani, y'all know, is married still. Okay, so Nene's saying, "Well, I'm exclusive with him. I don't think he's exclusive with me." Then why you with him? Anyway,
We're not done with that. We're not done with that.
I'm not exactly sure if they are exclusive. I'm exclusive.
We're exclusive girls.
Yeah, I'm very much a lover girl.
Yeah.
I say that all the time here on my show. I'm a lover girl. I love relationship. I love my one dude. That's all I'm doing is him. Like, I'm not doing anything, right? But I would have to say I don't believe that he was.
You don't think so?
No. I think at one point, yeah. But I think that if you live in Atlanta, I have to speak very bluntly in order for me. Listen, you guys, I like to keep it 100, but I am learning to keep it about 75. So work with me, because I believe that keeping it 75 going to take you a whole lot further than keeping it 100. Okay?
1,000%.
Because people are not
Janice. Okay, I'm stopping.
ready for one.
No, they're not.
But this time I'm gonna keep it 100. So Tamar, I gotta go back a little bit and ask you this, because you guys are a music family.
Yeah.
And you guys went from music to reality television. That's a big transition.
Yeah.
So I want to say, if I remember correctly, you and Vince produced the Braxton and funded it yourselves. And but
I don't believe that.
Anyway, how was that transitioning from music to reality TV?
For me, I just felt like it was a necessity as Black women to.
Don't do that, because you talk negatively about Black women all the time. So you can miss me with the first of all, your family fucked up. Your mama mean and surly because your daddy wasn't shit. Okay. Y'all was beefing with Tracy. I'm still wondering what happened to Tawanda and Andre. Okay, the niece said that the uncle touched her. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you saying, we need y'all needed our family. Your family fucked up. And every family has fucked up things. But don't make it seem like y'all had this great family dynamic that was needed on television, and that ain't what we got.
To have that type of television on TV.
Yeah.
Because this was right around the time when you all first started Housewives, and you all were girlfriends.
Yeah.
But
the Kardashians were out, and they were a family sort of like you guys.
They were a family sort of, but we didn't really quite at that time know what they did. We just knew they were our family.
When I say sort of, I mean like they have a beautiful mom. She has all these beautiful daughters.
And she did.
And so your mom's the same. Evelyn is her. She's the queen, and then she has all these beautiful daughters.
Yeah.
We thought they were a close-knit family. We thought, they were talented and all this. And then the show got on, and we came to, and that's what they always say. You should never sometimes let folks in your life, because you then see the cracks. And we saw all the cracks.
But I knew it was important because where me and my sisters were, we were in every different walk of life. Some of us were trying to figure it out, trying to figure our marriages out, trying to financially figure it out. My sister was still living in a small town, and you know what I mean? And being from this big family, I knew that it was important to Black women that we see ourselves on TV.
Okay.
And this is why let's go back. This is why it is very important to pick the right partner.
Right.
Because I told my partner what my vision was, and he made that shit happen.
Okay, that's good. He was a team player.
He was a team player. And you
so
got
how does that work though, Tamar? Because on my show, I do a segment called Ladies of Success, Our Girl Bosses. So you guys came up with the idea and then you went
I came up with the idea.
And then you went to a network.
I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay.
I went to the network. And me and Vince was having pitch meetings, and Vince is a music guy, and we didn't even know what the fuck we were doing. We were just telling the story.
Right.
We sold the show 5 times.
Just telling the story.
Just telling the story.
What your vision was.
What the vision was, and then we got a couple of deals to shoot the sizzle. Actually, Bravo.
Yeah.
And we shot the sizzle, and they wanted to pick up the show, and we just couldn't get it together contractually with everyone involved. And then we
because in a situation like that, all the sisters got to sign. It's like Housewives. All of us got to sign. Yeah.
Because we all need a check. We all need our money. But I feel like even Tamar making it seem as if, well, me and Vince came up with the idea because Tamar wanted to do TV. I think Tony did not. I think Tracy did. And then Twan and Trina was in the middle. But I feel like Tamar wanted to be a TV reality person. Okay? But you said that you and Vince had no idea what y'all were doing. Y'all shopped it, sold it 5 times, but could not get everyone on board because of the money. Because if I'm going to do a show, I want to get paid for it. And at that time, Tony was the star. We didn't know the other ones. All we knew was Toni Braxton and her sisters.
Yeah.
And what you couldn't get together, the money or the language?
I think that individually people had different visions.
Yeah. But they were on board.
I think that individually people had different visions.
But they were still on.
Because Tamar wanted a show. And she then had to get her sisters to sign on to the show. To me, what that meant was no studio was signing on to do a show about Tamar. We would need all of your sisters for this to work, namely Toni. Because Tony's the draw. You know what I'm saying?
Board, because they all ultimately did it.
Okay.
They did.
Yeah.
No, they all ultimately
I don't think initially. I think that it became real after the 3rd network.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I've done reality TV. So when you guys are doing this, do everybody get Favors Nation? Like everybody's paid the same? Or no, you guys are paid different? So that right there
is the problem. And and that was the initial problem because
if no one knows anyone but Tony, in my opinion, what Tony got paid should not be the same as the rest because we know Tony. At that point in time, we barely knew Tracy and Tawanda. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the only person who should have gotten more money was Tony because she's the star.
Wanted it to be Favorite Nations, because Vince and I didn't do it for a financial gain. We had no idea how much we would make.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the same.
We just knew that it was necessary for television and for our community.
Right.
And because, like you said, me and Vince were already. I was already get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was already doing it.
Right.
It didn't make the money didn't make or break me. Basically.
Right.
But when you and Vince got divorced, didn't you file for bankruptcy? Wasn't you and Vince having money issues when y'all broke up? Weren't you like kind of homeless a little bit? So when she say stuff like, well, I was already kept. I already had money. But when you and Vince divorced, y'all ain't had that much money. So where did the money go?
But for some people, it was important.
So your dad did the show?
Yeah.
Was he paid as well?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys do have a lot of people that have to get their money side together. That's
Vince wasn't playing it.
Yeah, it's a lot though. So with you and Vince being a producer, do you have a say or you just don't have a say?
At first we did not. Like I said, we didn't know what we were doing. And I know that the network knew that we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
And they used it to their advantage.
Same.
So if Vince is this big, music executive, at that point in time, he was, I think, managing Lady Gaga. He didn't know anyone in TV. If y'all did not know shit about TV, you mean to tell me that you and your husband, who you was a big producer at that point in time, manager, whatever, y'all didn't know anyone in the TV industry to help y'all along to get things figured out? Okay.
And so we ended up basically giving them our show, not selling our show. We gave them our show. And then most recently, I got my show back.
Oh, nice. So you're now producing on that show. Okay. So
it's my show.
I got to say to you guys,
I I want Tamar to have a show on her own that can go longer than one season.
Tamar did The Real. How many years did you do The Real?
3 seasons, I think.
You did The Real for 3 seasons. So this is a little story that a lot of you guys do not know out there. I was asked to be on The Real. And this was in the beginning of the process of them casting. I think it was, I'm sure it was Tamar and the other girls, but I was asked to be one of the first girls when the show first originally started. I had the contract. And I ended up not doing The Real, and they ended up casting Loni Love. Y'all, I know y'all would have liked me first. I'm just kidding.
No. No. Nene is not made for TV as a TV host. She isn't. If they probably asked her because of who she was then, because of how popular she was then, they probably quickly realized, no. If we want the show to be a success, we need people who are talented at doing a talk show. No, ma'am.
I was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I just did not do The Real. But Tamar ultimately did The Real, and I remember so well talking to
I wish they would have told me.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember talking to Tamar. I remember talking to you, and you said this to me, like they had casted all of you guys, and you were like, we're all going out to dinner. I believe all y'all went to like Mr. Chow.
Because Vince.
Yeah, y'all all went together to Mr. Chow to kind of like, just make sure that you guys were friends and sisters, and you guys had the same vision and all that. You produced on there as well?
I did.
Wow,
I had a hand in creating the show. That's why I'm saying I wish they would have told me that, because I wouldn't have cast Big Bad Cadillac.
So that's the first time she said, I would not have casted Big Bad Cadillac. First of all, how was Nene saying they approached me to do the show? They picked Loni. If Tamar saying she created the show, how does that go? Okay. Then for Tamar to go into, well, had anyone told me that they wanted you for the show, I would have not cast it. As she said, Big Back Cadillac. Okay. I want y'all to know that Janice the Muppet opened the door for name calling. I want y'all to know that Janice the Muppet let me know that it is free reign to discuss how people look. Okay? I want y'all to understand I don't usually do this. Y'all know me around here. I am not a conversator of people's looks, but bitch today. Okay? You bald-headed bitch. Okay, the fact that you know what that means? That means in regular life, that's what she called Loni. In regular life, she's walking around fat shaming that lady. Even though her baby daddy is a big back Cadillac motherfucker himself. Even though her son is a big back Cadillac. Okay. You are up here body shaming somebody when your ex-husband and child are built like her. And Loni is more reserved than me, so she won't go in. But again, I feel like there was no reason you can't call that lady Loni. There is no reason you can't call that lady Loni. Or not speak on her at all. But when you choose to speak on her, you choose to fat shame her and body shame her. Okay, ma'am, you open the door. Okay, so I'm gonna walk my fat ass through. So again, that's the first time she called her big. And y'all do know that Nene pre-records these. They could have easily said, Tamar, don't do that. They could have easily said, Tamar, don't do that. Let's call her Loni. Even if she called her that one good time, Nene could have easily said, hey, we'll edit that out, but let's just call her Loni. You know what I'm saying? Because when you are a talk show host, you don't want people being, disrespectful. Even she cannot like Loni. She don't have to like Loni. But once you start body shaming folk, and I told y'all, I am the plus size ambassador of the United States. Okay, but let's keep listening.
I'm finna get ready to leave.
We probably
and everyone's laughing. it's all funny until Janice gets called a bald-headed bitch, okay, with fake cheeks, okay, and bald titties, okay, with a fat broke baby daddy, okay, who was homeless at one point, who all her stuff was in her car, who had to move with her mama. It's all fun and games until we read you down, bitch.
And our 10th season by now. Thanks.
And I saw someone, when I posted the clip on social media, I posted a shorter clip, and I seen folks saying, oh, well, at least Nene pivoted. No, she didn't. She laughed. Okay? Nene laughed. Nene, I got my face fixed leaks. Nene, I don't look like myself leaks. Up here giggling and giggling. That's the difference between a professional interviewer person with a TV show and someone on social media who wants clicks and views and they want the bullshit. Okay, that's why Tamar and Nene is on YouTube and Tamar and Nene ain't on Bravo. Okay, Nene can't get a job to save her life. Okay, she's been banned for years. Bitch, what you laughing for? Wasn't Greg fat too? Wasn't Greg? May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. But what Greg was a big back. And so was your son, bitch. Your sons are big backs. You was a big back. Your back is big too, Nene.
Ain't that dumb?
Up here trying to read somebody with bald edges, okay, markers as baby hair, okay, fake cheeks, fake titties, a pushback hairline. I'm saying, call her Loni.
Red, I can't stand your laugh.
And it's no shade.
So Tamar, big back Cadillac. What happened?
How her back get so big?
I don't know. But what happened, Tamar?
Did y'all hear that? Let's rewind. Hold on. She said, Tamar said, how did her back get so big? I don't ask Vince. Ask your daddy. Ask your son. You want to know how the Loni back gets so big? Ask the people. Your best friend James. Ain't her best friend James a big back person? Okay. Don't she have, girls? Tamar Braxton. Okay. Don't you have fat friends? Jane, her best good gay friend James is fat. He got a big back. Ask James. Ask your son. Ask your ex-husband. Ask your daddy. Okay, ask the fat people in your life how their backs got so big. Again, the hole you dig for your fat ass enemy is the same hole that dig for your fat ass daddy, baby daddy, your son, your good friend. There are other things to say about Loni because you don't like her for whatever reason may be. Okay, when folks start fat shaming, okay, bitch, let's go.
Ain't that dumb?
Red, I can't stand your laugh.
And it's no shade.
So Tamar, big back Cadillac. What happened?
How her back get so big?
I don't know. But what happened, Tamar?
And again, Nene referring to her as big back Cadillac. You're the host of this show. So you want to also be disrespectful towards Loni and fat shame her too. Okay.
Because so when we say big back Cadillac, who are we talking about?
The person you just named.
Oh, so Loni ended up being the person in the place of where I think, that's what I think. I'm just assuming now. They came to me with the contract for the real, and then I ultimately did not do it.
I don't understand that.
Well,
how did they offer Nene a contract for the real if Tamar created it? How would Tamar not know that they wanted Nene for a show she created? The math ain't math.
So, and when I go back,
Bravo not let you do
I
it?
think it was Loni. I could have been wrong, but you just put me on to something thinking like we had two big personalities. But I don't think, because they knew you were coming from the jump.
They knew that. They built the show.
Like, I always thought it was Loni.
So she tell the people that.
You and Vince pitched this. How did this go? How did this work?
So we was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. You know, that's Vince's other place.
Yeah.
And I had a meeting with Telepictures.
Nice.
And they wanted to explore doing the Tamar Braxton talk show.
Okay.
And that's something, it's still a big dream of mine, right?
Yeah. Bitch, no.
And at that time, I had the Braxtons, I had Tamar and Vince, I had Love and War, and that was going crazy, right? And they was like, well, you're gonna have to be here every day. And Vince was like, absolutely not. So let's build a show where there's people around her. So if she's out, that the show can carry on.
Right. So you want us to believe Baldy Blocks that they wanted you to have a talk show, okay? And so they built a show around you, but you didn't know that they wanted Nene to be on the show as well. But they built the show around you. Okay.
And we went from there. And we had a lot of what's the name of it? Tests.
Yeah,
we had 2 days. I was big and pregnant too, where people would come in and out and do test shoots with me. And I met with Sally Ann Celcino, who's still a good friend of mine, and we came up with a lot of show ideas, and we created The Real.
Okay, so who came up with the name? Did they?
Sally Ann.
Okay, she came up with the name.
Yeah, but
The
we
Real.
pondered for like weeks, and she called us the Real. I was like, oh, okay.
So when you're producing a show like The Real, do you have a say so in the casting, or you really?
I had a lot of say so. I casted Tamara and also casted Adrian.
Tamara, or no, is it Tamara? It is Tamara. She said, so the show was built around you. You had no idea that they offered Nene a role, okay? But you got fired. The show made for you, fired you, okay.
Okay, nice.
And Sally Ann casted Jenny Ma, and I'm assuming she casted Big Bad Cadillac.
Yeah, okay. So Big Bad Cadillac, I mean, not Big Bad Cadillac.
Big Bad Cadillac.
I said it wrong. I mean, so.
Again, so when people are reading Baldy Bitch for filth for the next couple of days or whatever, it's a reason for it. Okay? It's a reason for it.
We are talking about Loni. I've actually done a lot of work with Loni. I recently did the Oscars with Loni.
God.
So I also had
she had kitten heels on?
I had ladies.
Did she have kitten heels on?
Even did she have on kitten heels? First of all, I don't like kitten heels. But you know, everybody don't want to wear big old heels. You know, some women do wear kitten heels because y'all know I don't wear heels at all. I used to wear heels when I was younger. I hate heels. They're uncomfortable. I don't want to fall. So I'm always in the flats. Even her bringing up kitten heels is shade because she's saying, oh, because she's bigger, she can't wear real heels. Bitch, the fuck?
I can't remember, but I did Ladies Night Out in comedy, and she was on that show as well.
Was she easy to work with?
I just hosted it, and Greg kind of like helped, you know, yeah.
She wanted to go on last.
She went on last. Yeah, she called.
Nah, Tamar trying to make it seem as if, oh, was she easy to work with? If she wasn't, Nene would have said that. Okay, Nene know Loni isn't hard to work with. She also knows Loni probably has connections. I feel like, bitch, of course Loni would go on last because Loni is a experienced talk show host. She hosts red carpets. She does it for a living. Nene don't do shit besides talk about Bravo for a living. So even Tamar trying to shade and say, oh, is Loni hard work? I've never heard anyone complain about working with Loni. We've heard everyone complain about working with Tamar. Okay, everyone. The fact that Tamar can't get booked for TV shows, hosting gigs, nothing. And even when Nene was booked for shit, Nene was booked on an after show on the network. She ain't on no one's red carpet.
Close the show, if I make no mistake. She did close the show. I actually hosted the show, so I went in between every artist, you know, as the host. I brought each artist to the stage. So, like working on Housewives, when I'm working with all of these different personalities,
and Loni is, because Nene was speaking about the comedy show that Loni had. Loni is also a comedian. She gets top billing. Why would Nene go on last? She isn't a fucking comedian. So even trying to shade Loni as a comedian, and that's her job. She tours and does shows. Right. She's a closer.
don't always get along. How was it with the rest of the girls that over For Real?
Listen, let me tell you something. It's the craziest thing, and it was so heartbreaking. I know you remember at that time because I used to call you every single day, a few times a day. I was heartbroken because those girls were like my sisters.
Yeah.
But thank God now, me and Tam are real close. Me and
Look, come on now. I told her my ex hit me in the knees, in the leg with a bat. I have not worn heels since. So even trying to shade somebody because of them not wearing heels and them wearing kitten heels, you don't know why they're not wearing heels.
Adrian is real close. Her husband and I are real close. Yeah, I have a good. I haven't seen Jeannie. I would like to though.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was out here in Atlanta for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but on a show like that, Tamar, obviously there's different personalities and everybody isn't getting along, right? How did you exit The Real? What really happened?
He got fired.
I don't know. It was the summertime. He wasn't even in production. It's really difficult to talk about because now.
Because I can't lie. Because you can't tell me a show that you created that was built around you fired you, or you quit, or something happened and you can't explain what happened.
The relationship with WeTV and myself now that like they're really going out of their way to repair that.
WeTV ain't got shit to do with The Real. The Real was it on Fox? It was on Fox. WeTV ain't got shit to do with The Real
relationship. And so I don't really want to speak about the past so much because they have done right by me right now. But I think that at that time it was a lot of smoke and mirrors and it was a lot of rocks thrown and they were trying to protect themselves. But I was definitely in a slave contract. Like I said before, Vince and I had.
Again, Nene asked her what happened with you on The Real. Why she bringing up WeTV and the reality show? Because she don't want to lie. So I'm going and because Nene is not a talented interviewer, she missed it. She missed it. That Tamar completely changed the subject. She never answered the question.
No idea what we were doing. We had no idea what we were signing. And the refusal to change the paperwork instead of the money let us in to situations we couldn't do shit.
So without speaking about the contract and the network, I mean the girls, your castmates.
I don't think it had anything to do with them outside of Big Bad Cadillac. But I do know for certain that Big Bad Cadillac had multiple meetings about me.
Really?
Yes.
To take you off the show?
To take me off of the show. She didn't understand why I had so much time off, although I was in the hospital fighting for my life.
But as a producer.
Yeah.
And a talent on the show.
Yeah. But when someone else owns you, that other contract that you have outside of that is not and void, really.
Girl, answer the question. If you were fired from The Real because Loni complained, wouldn't you just sue The Real? If Loni's lying on you, if they're making things up and you are being lied on, why didn't you sue The Real? If the show was made, and if Loni's question was, why the fuck is Tamar always off? If we all here together, like why Tamar? Why? So Tamar's excuses don't even make any sense. So even her disdain for Loni don't make no sense.
You don't have that kind of control. Right. So with the guests coming on the show, do you guys get to say, oh no, don't bring Nene on the show because I really don't like Nene right now. So you don't.
Yeah, but I know Big Bad Cadillac said that about somebody else that I was having beef with, and that was
again. She gonna keep bitch gonna keep body shaming. Girl, go ask Vince and your son why they big backs.
Absolutely not true. But I think obviously you wouldn't want somebody on your talk show that has an issue with another host.
Another host.
But and she would say a lot of that, like because I remember Todd Chrisley called me.
Bitch, Todd Chrisley, the Trump supporter.
And he was saying that Big Bad Cadillac was saying that I don't want him on the show. We were friends. I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know that.
So you now want us to believe that Loni was controlling the guest list? You know, on TV shows, on talk shows, there is a guest coordinator, a ghost person, a guest person. They work on the guest. So why would Loni be booking the guest?
You was trying to get on the show. And I think there was something with Toya that she put in her book that I stopped her from being on the show. And I didn't even know any.
Many people said when Tamar was on the show, it was not until Tamar left that they were allowed to be on the show because they were told that Tamar did not want them on the show. That is why Tamar fell out with a whole bunch of her female friends when she left the show, because Tamar was upset that once she wasn't on there anymore, they went on there to promote whatever they were trying to promote. Yeah, Tiny said it. I think Toya said it. I want to say maybe, was it Monica? It was a couple of the reality girls who said it was not until after Tamar left that they were allowed to come on. And then Tamar was upset with them for going on the show to help co-host or help promote their shit.
About it, but I do know that first season and second season that they were trying to not get so many reality people on the show because we wanted to be looked at as a real talk show.
Girl, the fuck about y'all had games and shit. Y'all were juggling and stuff. Y'all were a pop culture show. You were on a reality show. What do you mean? Adrienne was dating. She used to be with. She's with Rob. She was dating. What was his name? Lenny, who was with Jay-Z. Like, girl, what do you mean?
And that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The booker for the show is the booker for the show. That's not my.
The booker for the show is the booker for the show. So what does that have to do with Loni? You just said you just said the booker for the show. So how did Loni get any blame for who was booked for the show?
But I do know that first season and second season that they were trying to not get so many reality people on the show because we wanted.
So who was they?
To be looked at as a real talk show. And that had nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? The booker for the show is the booker for the show. That's not my job.
Well, how do you handle that when you have a friend like Nene and
the booker for the show, right? So how do you then blame Loni?
Like, I want to be on the show, and you're like, well,
I would never do that.
We can't get you on right now.
You can put in for people.
Yeah, you
know
can.
What I mean? You can put in for
if y'all were so cool and Nene's saying, why couldn't I be on the show? Why have y'all not had a conversation?
People, but I didn't have anything to really do with that.
So do you think somewhere down the road you and Loni will repair your relationship?
For what?
I mean,
what's
listen,
the relationship?
Things happen.
Listen, let me tell you something. The relationship matters when it needs to matter. You know what I mean? When somebody's supposed to have your back and they don't have your back, how we gonna go back?
I don't know.
You wrote about me in your book, dog.
Bitch, you came for me when you get fired. Of course I wrote about you in my book. Taylor was all over social media blaming Loni. So of course I would write about you in my book.
I don't remember.
You didn't call me. You didn't say nothing to me. You let the public think that I was a problem.
You are a problem. You are, and if y'all recall, when Tamar got fired, all of the ladies, Loni, Tamara, Adrienne, and Jeannie Mai, all said Tamar wasn't talking to them. They reached out to her and she wasn't talking to them. On the Tamar event show, they showed Tamar saying, like, fuck them. I ain't talking to them. So you can't make it seem as if everyone ignored you when at the time we saw what happened. You are the problem, Janice. Is you, Baldy Locks? Is you, Bullet Head? Is you? It ain't them, it's you. In every situation, you blame everyone but yourself. Bitch, it's you. You're the common denominator. Then and now.
And you've never had a problem with me. And that's my issue. You know what I mean? Like, we never had a falling out. She was always welcome to my home.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
I saw her at your home during that birthday weekend.
During the birthday weekend, she would come and play with Logan, and and then she would get on the Breakfast Club and have a whole nother different conversation, and that's hurtful.
Well, people have said things like you fall out with your friends. So
and she do all the time, everyone.
Did you fall out with Tiny?
Yes.
Did I? No, I think Tiny and I had a disagreement because we were on tour together.
You're her daughter's
godmother.
Before that tour and the stuff with Kandi happened, Tiny and Tamar had already fell out. Because we seen on one of her shows, Tamar's show, I think the one with her and David, we see her and Tiny, come together and have dinner. But they had already fell out before the whole Kandi thing had happened. So you did fall out with Tiny.
And she's Loki's godmother.
Yeah, that little girl is so talented.
She's
isn't she?
She's me.
She
at that
really
age.
is. She really is. But are you guys talking?
Yeah, we're good.
You guys are good. You guys are good. So that's good. I mean, listen.
No, they're not. Cause she's lying. All that means is we don't talk about it. No, we know we you know what I'm saying. Is I can say and say hi.
I feel like as girlfriends, we're all.
But why do people say I fall out with everybody?
I mean, I don't know. That's what they said.
No, that's what my sister said.
Okay, they say you fall out with everybody. Okay,
that's a lot.
Okay, you and Kandi, what's y'all problem?
Kandi, if you're watching, and we know you're watching.
Here come the Kandi shade. First of all, Kandi not watching y'all. She ain't. Now she gonna see what you said because it's gonna be posted. Somebody gonna send it to her. But please believe Kandi not sitting around watching the Nene Leak show. She just isn't. But her trying to say, we know you're watching. Girl, don't nobody watch you except you.
The thing is this. We don't have an issue with you.
Who is we?
Not jealous of you. We actually celebrate your success. No, seriously. But you got to be a better person.
Tamar telling Kandi that she has to be a better person. Now, y'all know Kandi people had my channel struck a couple years ago, and I was pissed about it. However, they also took the strike off. Okay? Once some communication happened, Kandi and her team took the strike off my channel. I have never heard anyone say that Kandi is a bad person. You know what I'm saying? No one. But Kandi, girl, please don't respond to this shit. Let us respond.
And the reason why you got to be a better person is because it's not fair to the people who have been following our careers, knowing that you are doing things behind the scenes, knowing that you are lying on people. No, it's not fair. It's not.
If y'all don't think that Nene had Tamar on here so she can talk shit about Kandi, then you're a fool.
Not fair. Because we like you, we cheerlead for you, y'all got black love, we're happy for you. It has nothing to do with that. But for you to deliberately use the public's opinion to manipulate them into thinking that people are really coming after you when we're not, that's not right.
When did Kandi say that? The fact that she's up here trying to use Nene's the podcast thing to go after not only Loni Love but also Kandi is considerably crazy to me. You hear me? I feel like Kandi's response to Tamar was when Tamar went on live and said that Todd tried to fight her. That Todd tried to walk up and boss up on her. And when Kandi said, "Bitch, you lying," that ain't what happened. And she called you out. And they posted proof that wasn't what happened. Okay. And you then had to backtrack and say, "My bad." Okay. You trying to make it seem like Kandi is saying, "Oh, they're after me." Kandi barely speak about you when she responded about that Todd shit. Okay. And when that video leaked of you trying to dog OLG, she spoke on that too, because you do shit and she responds. Tamar, no one thinks about you more than you. Period. No one tuned into this interview except to see what shit you were talking about Loni and Kandi. That's why Nene put it in the trailer. You still get clicks and views because folks want to see what you said about Kandi, and some folks hope she will reply. I hope she don't.
And for you to sit back and because you have the public's opinion, because it's so easy, because of the character you have created on Housewives and things.
And the character that you have created on all your shows and your antics, the same way that Kandi has a character of success, of goodness, and you have a character of a messy, bald-headed bitch who can't keep nothing besides new titties and gay men around her. The same way you built up your character flaws and we see you for who you are, you can't be upset that you failed as a wholesome, likable individual Okay, and Kandi has succeeded at least making us think that she is this wholesome person, this helpful person. Who have you helped, Tamar? The reason you will be miserable in life is because you are miserable to your core. You are talented, have a son, you have family, and you still proceed to be in the mess at every chance you get. And you want to make it seem as if Kandi has this fake nice thing and she's faked it on Housewives, or she's faked it all the time. No, if Kandi built up this self of her or who she is, bitch, you had the same, because you, as you said, y'all came out before Housewives, bitch. So how you let someone who came after you build up her stuff and you ain't did nothing? You had the same cameras on you, but you built up your negative, toxic, childish, petty, manipulative aura, and it followed you wherever you go. Every show you had has crumbled. Every show you've been on has shown you to be a evil, spiteful person. You always end up crying in a corner at the end of it. You cried on Braxton Family Values. You cried on Vince, you and Vince show, you and David show, on Big Brother, on The Real. Every show you've been on, you've left in some negative way crying like a child because of your own actions. That's your fault. You won't fix you. So stay your toxic ass over there and admit that that's who you are. Bitch, be the villain. You are Jafar. Okay? Bitch, you the villain. Okay? You Megamind. You the villain. You Thanos. You're the villain. Accept your role, bitch. And maybe you could be happy.
Things like that, to fall into that, that's not fair, because you know I didn't do nothing to you. I apologized to that girl in that conversation 15 times.
I would love to sit down with Kandi.
Well, I'm not sitting down with her until she tells the people.
I would love to sit down with Kandi.
I'm not, because it's
I
not
said
fair.
I would love to sit down.
Oh, that's
with
great.
Kandi.
I'm not sitting down until she's.
Kandi would never sit down with you, Tamar. First of all, you don't have anywhere for her to sit down at. You have no show. She's not gonna come on the Braxtons. So there's nowhere for you and her to sit down and talk about what, bitch? For what? Even Nene, I don't think that Kandi should sit down with Nene. All that would do is bring Nene's views on here. Kandi has moved past doing interviews with people like Nene, who just wants to click in the view, because every person that's come on Nene's thing who had something shady to say about Kandi, Nene glistens in it and she glides. It's good. She's happy. She revels in it. I would never come sit with Nene if I was Kandi.
He says, "Hey, party people, I lied, and now we can sit down." Okay. Because I want to know why.
Would you sit down with Loni?
For?
You said if they said I lied.
I think
just to clear the air, just so that we can move on.
The air is cleared. Okay, sometimes you have to accept people's behavior.
And that's why we accept you as a messy Muppet. Okay? We have accepted you are a messy Muppet. You and your Janice antics, we accept you, Janice. We know you're messy, bitch. We know you can sing and you messy, and you will always be that. We have accepted your flaws in life. You know why? Because you refuse to grow.
And take that into character. And that's not a person that I want in my life. I want real.
It's not that you have to have them in your life, Tamar. You can love people from afar.
And I do.
Also can just move on.
And I have.
Nene, you want to move on? Nene, pot and kettle talking. Because Nene ain't moved on from her beef with Kandi. So you can't tell Tamar to move on her shit with Loni and you have a beef with Kandi out of the thin air.
Able to talk to people.
I haven't talked about Big Bad Cadillac till now.
Okay, so then you won't talk about her again.
Ever. For what?
It doesn't even make any sense. It's like, okay, at this point, let's just move on.
I wish her and her kitten was well. Kitten Hills. What?
I didn't even watch the rest of her interview. It was maybe 10 minutes left of the interview. Loni should never anytime Loni is up on a red carpet event that Nene may have to co-host. If I was Loni, I would say I would not work with Nene. If I was Loni on all of these award show, after show, fashion chats, whatever, I will put it in my contract, bitch. I refuse to work with Nene because they're gonna pick Loni over Nene. No one is watching no fashion show for Nene at all. But when I see people sit and talk about me together, both you hoes is on my list. So Loni does not have to respond to either one of them if she doesn't feel the need to. However, every contract from here on out, I refuse to work with Tamar Muppet baby ass. I refuse to work with Nene's ass. Okay, both of them will be on my no-fly list. Okay, if y'all want Nene to do something, then have Nene. And when she mispronounce words, when she be too loud, okay, when she falls and trips, whatever, have her. But this bitch, and I do mean bitch disrespectfully, I do. Tamar will forever be miserable. That does not mean that she would not be successful. It does not mean that she does not have talent. It doesn't even mean that she won't get a book for a show on, because I think she has a show on VH1 coming up, which is just, Tammy Roman has that, I call it a catfish show. I think it's called the show, what is it called? I don't know. To me, it's like catfish that the show Tammy has. And so now Tamar has a version of that same show on, I think, VH1. That's all she will have. But Tamar, when she go home, miserable. When she go home to her son, who's fat back, like Loni. When she goes home to her fat back gay friends, like Loni. When she go home at night and she don't have, caught in the act. Thank you. It's called caught in the act. So to me, caught in the act is just like catfish, not catfish, like cheaters, And now it was a separate version that Tamar doing. So again, I'm not saying that she won't have success in life. However, there are many people who are rich and successful who are miserable at home. They are sad, lonely, depressed, because on the inside is they're missing something. Tamar is missing the gene that makes her a good person. Tamar falls out with everybody. She does. She don't have not one friend in 2025 that she had 5 years ago. She has all new gay men around her. Everyone in her life she pays. She don't have not one high school friend, college friend, any friend from forever ago. All of Tamar's friends are brand new people. It's because she's a fucked up individual. And until she owns that, she will stay, and I'm willing to bet. She goes, I see y'all being mean towards me. I didn't do shit. Yes, you did, bitch. Again, she don't have to like Loni, but to come on here and purposefully body shame her as a slight when bitch you bald as baldy locks, and your son, people are gonna tease your son in school because he's fat. Your daddy's fat. Vince is fat. Your good friend James, who sings your background, is fat. When I see people crack jokes and fat jokes, I know them ain't my friends. Cause bitch, I'm fat too. Bitch, what you mean? And there's a difference between cracking a joke on a friend and purposefully trying to be mean, rude, and disrespectful to someone that you don't like. So, I'm sure this video needs to get lots of views on her channel, whatever, fine by me. But girl, both you hoes is miserable and stuff. Okay. Anyway, child, I told her Nene This whole thing had me. I was like, this bitch, what's she doing? Okay. Now I told y'all this live will not be long. I guess I lied. Bad let me share. Let's go to Tamar's page. Let's go to Tamar's page. Yes. All I'm saying is the man behind her, he's a big back. That's James. Her good friend James. He's a big back. Okay. Okay. Tamar bought them titties. Okay. Okay. Her son is a little hussy, a great, but when Logan gets to school, they will call that boy fatback. Okay. All I'm saying is, you out here talking cash shit. Who this friend? His back big too. Oh, Tricky Stewart. His back big. Ask him how you got that big. Okay. Again, all I'm saying is, girl, the hole you dig for a fat ass Loni is the hole you gonna dig for fat ass people in your life. What if your son came home and said, Mama, they called me a big fat Cadillac? Would you be upset, Tamar? I bet you would. I bet you would. You know why? Because that's your son. And you wouldn't want anyone talking about him because of his size. But his mama do it. So this her good friend James. His back big. Big backing. Big backing. What else can I do but have a big backing? It's a big back party. It's a big back party, bitch. Yeah, Nene with ADA and she's thick up in these, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to like Loni at all. Okay? You don't have to like Loni at all. But trying to fat shame her continuously in the conversation because it also means you have nothing else to say about her. If the only insult you have is I'm fat, bitch, I'm great. Again, Loni lost weight the same way Tamar lost some edges. Anyway, I'm done. Okay, I did not want this to be a long review, and we are 2 hours in. I'm going live, y'all, at 9, I think. I have to get in here and read the tweets for Cassie's statement. So at 9 o'clock, we'll have a live show to go over day 3 in the Diddy trial. We'll see what else Cassie said and stuff. So I hope to see y'all tonight. Y'all know it's always other content up on the channel. Go watch the other videos that we have. Okay. Y'all know to like this video. Y'all know to subscribe. Y'all know to comment in the comment sections and stuff. Okay. I gotta go and get ready for a live in an hour and a half. But y'all tell Nene and Tamar to shut up. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye.